Thank you. Mr. Flanagan.
Thank you, Chairman. Thanks for the opportunity to speak. First thing I want to say is I'd like to congratulate Commissioner Vestager for taking on big powers, because if it was easy, a lot of people would have done it before. But the first question I want to ask you is this, because certainty is very important to business. In fact, I hear it ringing in my ears all the time at home. To bring certainty to Ireland, can you confirm that our 12.5% tax rate is not under threat by the Commission? Now, I actually don't think it is, but there's a lot of people saying that it is, and I don't think this is doing our country any good, and I think it's time some politician actually asked the question and that you could confirm it in public, because people would like to know. Also, in relation to other areas of abuse or potential abuse in my country, Section 10 in Ireland, I just want to know, are your office aware of it, and are you looking at investigating into it? Because one particular economist has suggested that it could be costing our country €20 billion, aside from all the very worrying competition problems. And finally, and it's actually back to the point about being brave, Neelie Kroes came out and criticised your decision on Apple. Now, we know why now anyway. Well, I do. I have a notion as to why. But it just shows you who you are up against. And it isn't particularly radical to say that your boss, Mr. Juncker, or the head of the Commission, he has been openly described by myself and by Fabio De Masi as kind of like the godfather of this. So how do you think you can win this? And do you have Mr. Juncker's support? And well done again. I am a sceptic. I actually think it's a sad day that you have to come in and say we're doing wrong. I think we should be brave enough as a country to make the right decisions and not just the greedy decisions. And on this occasion, I'm delighted you're here. It's a pity we couldn't have done it for ourselves. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. I don't think that you just have to take my word for it when I say that I have the President's support. If you look at the State of the Union, you would find that he's very, very clear in that speech to say that this is an important part of the work that we need to do, to make sure that just as well as no cheap piece of land or no favorable loan, neither should the use of the tax system generates selective advantages and therefore state aid. On Section 110, I'm not familiar with it in every detail. We have no formal case. The first thing you asked, I would like very much to underline, no, the 12.5% corporate tax in Ireland is not being questioned by the Commission. On the contrary, we all have been sworn in to protect the treaty. And it is in the treaty that it is for every member state to set their own level of taxation. So, of course, I feel obliged to protect that. And that, I think, we have all accepted as tax competition by the front door. What I'm also obliged to do is to make sure that you don't have by the back door the tax system being used to give illegal state aid. And I think the two things can coexist. And if things are ever going to change, it is for the Council in unanimity to do that. I very much appreciate that the Council has taken a number of decisions, I think also very, very much inspired by the European Parliament and your call to pass legislation to stop double non-taxation, as our chair just mentioned, to make automatic exchange of tax rulings, automatic exchange of personal income, to enable tax authorities actually to do a thorough job.